Welcome, everybody. I'd like to extend a heartfelt New Year's welcome to everyone across this great land of ours, whether it's in the West, the East, the North, the South, maybe even the Midwest. I'd like to welcome specifically those from Wisconsin. Oh, even more specifically, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ronald J. Billington from Sable Street in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. I almost said Green Bay. I don't know why. Anyway, it doesn't matter if you're just that one person or anyone from across our land. You should be welcome here because we're an inclusive group. We like to have everyone involved. We like to make sure that everyone feels welcome. You know, especially those rats from Milwaukee. Oops, did I single out my intense hatred of Milwaukeeans? Oops. Well, I guess the more I talk, the more I out myself as a Milwaukeeanist. That's a racist for Milwaukeeans. So, there, Milwaukee, you know what I really think of you. I think you should just go away and secede from the Union, but in a nice way. Because even so, you're still welcome to listen to the show. Jerks. All right. That took an odd turn, but welcome to Impetuosity. My name is Christian Miller. I'm your host.
He didn't mean any of that.
You can take that up with my lawyers. So, this is Impetuosity. It's a improvised podcast where we have a conversation. I used to say with a special guest, but we'll see if we still do that in the future. But right now, we're gonna have a special conversation with some improviser pals, and once we have that conversation, we will tell an improvised story that is one continuous narrative rather than disconnected scenes. And we're going to kick things off right now by introducing you to our very fun and people that we're glad to be here, improviser pals. We're going to start with someone sitting right across from me. Her name is Meg Peck. Hi, Meg.
Hi, Meg.
Hi. Hello.
Are you a Milwaukeeanist? Are you?
Wow. I could not believe the way that went. No, I would not alienate any specific city or group in such a manner.
Except for Fresno.
Yeah, except for Fresno, of course.
F them.
Yeah. But other than Fresno,
do you have a
everybody
particular
else is on the
love
table.
for Wisconsinites?
Wisconsin, I think, is a fabulous state. I don't know Milwaukee. I've never been there. They do make the champagne of beers.
I mean, historically, I have been what you call in the bag for all of the Miller products because of my last name.
Yeah,
Seriously, to really
Also,
knock Milwaukee
that's
with a
probably
name
where
like
that
Miller?
came from.
Also, I mean, Laverne and Shirley were national treasures.
Seriously.
So, you know what? You might be bringing me around.
Schmazel.
Haas and
and
Pfeffer
Pfeffer
Incorporated.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Exactly.
All right, you might be bringing me around. See, this is why dialogue is important, people.
We got to see both sides.
That's right. If it wasn't for Meg and our dialogue here, I might continue to be a Milwaukeeanist.
But still,
Sheboygan.
Fresno, no way.
Yeah, yeah. F
Get
those
out.
Fresno guys and gals. All right, and moving on from Meg, we're gonna introduce you next to the person sitting to my right. It's Nick Boyer. Hi, Nick.
Good evening,
Hey,
everyone.
Nick.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Nick.
And how are you for the Midwest?
I was, for a couple of months, a resident of Wisconsin.
Whereabouts?
I lived on Madeline Island, which is a small island in the Apostle Islands in Lake Superior. It was when I was 21 and had just dropped out of grad school and was retreating to the woods to have a spiritual experience and go insane.
I was going to say that sounds like a horror movie.
You were Whitmaning?
Yes, yeah, I was throwing.
Oh, you're throwing.
I was throwing up.
You were throwing up. I remember that story.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He told that story on your podcast.
I think I probably told that story here, yeah. Went a little
When we're talking
crazy,
about going
broke
off
up
the
with my
grid.
girlfriend.
I'll put the link in.
Yeah.
And you'll have to listen to that podcast, Chris, when you get a chance.
I don't listen to my own podcast. Are you kidding me? I edit them and then I release them into the wild, just like baby birds.
And
Is that what
like
that's what
Nick.
they do, right?
Yeah, they just
Them out.
release them.
Kick
into
them
the
out of
wild.
kick them out of the nest. And
Anyway, former brief Wisconsin resident. Thank you, Wisconsin, for holding me during my mild insanity.
But and you both went insane and recovered in Wisconsin.
Mostly me, but yeah. But actually, no, she really did go insane. Not then, but later.
But it was probably the stint in Wisconsin that
It
did
could
it.
I could have been the spark that kindled her
That flame.
burning, raging insanity. It's quite possible.
Yeah.
I could see that about you.
Yeah.
The spark.
Well, you learn something new every day, except that apparently I already knew this. So maybe you don't learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll learn something new when we meet our third and final improviser pal for today, and that is Mike Chen. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
So Midwest, Wisconsin specifically.
I have all kinds of warm feelings for the Midwest. I love cheese. I love the cold. I love fishing. And I have friends and family in Wisconsin and Michigan and all around there.
Okay, all right.
So, the Milwaukee thing was like, it was building inside of me, but I let it go to Fresno.
And are they in Milwaukee? The friends and family in Wisconsin?
No, I've never been like Meg. I've never been to Milwaukee.
Okay, so whereabouts are they?
Well, the family is actually in Michigan, but
okay.
I have good friends from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to sound so ignorant, but I don't mind. So is Wisconsin the one that looks like a mitten?
No,
Or that's Michigan.
That's
Michigan.
That's Michigan. That's the mitten state.
That's
Right.
Michigan.
Wisconsin looks a little bit like a mitt that lost its
yeah.
thumb.
Lost its
Right,
thumb.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because Michigan,
It's too
but
bad.
Michigan has this, and then also the other thing, right? Because they have they have the part that's the northern.
Yeah, so it's like a mitten that's catching a walleye.
Oh, well, you've described it perfectly, and now I can identify.
That was a Midwestern way
on a
of
map.
describing
Finally,
something.
I've never been able to identify
Yeah.
Michigan or Wisconsin
UP.
on the map.
Yes.
But now I can.
The old UP.
Well, in order to make this a coherent conversation, maybe we will get a question for us to talk about. Can I get someone to offer up a number between 1 and 200?
Meg.
Oh, okay. Let's do 41.
Ooh.
41.
I'm pretty sure we've done 42 before.
And I had an idea that maybe if we guess the same, because we've had enough shows that we've started to guess them, so maybe it should just automatically go to the next higher one. That was my big idea.
Well, or my other thought was that we have an old whiteboard that so I could put it up and I could cross off the ones and say like, these are the ones that don't
That's
pick.
right.
Oh, yeah, because you guys used a lot of numbers that I didn't.
Had you done 41?
No, but 42.
I'm pretty sure we did 42.
We did 42.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
42
'cause that's
is a
a-
popular number.
Yeah, because
I
that's.
believe that might have been the
meaning
Lily
of-
Gershon episode.
Ah.
So 41, and since Meg picked this, we'll go to her first.
Okay.
What's the best gift you've ever given?
Oh, well, the person I gave it to has to tell you that.
What is the gift
screw
that
them.
you?
Screw them.
Because sometimes you get like an amazing gift and they don't appreciate whatever.
Screw
like,
them and
yeah,
Fresno.
exactly.
Right, Mike? Okay.
Exactly.
So let me see. What was the gift that I was like most excited to give, maybe? Gosh, that's so hard. I honestly don't consider myself a very good gift giver, to be quite honest. I don't know why. I feel like my inspiration isn't always there. But let's see. I gave I can't think of anything.
That's okay. Like,
What'd you give your husband for Christmas this year?
Oh God, we don't even exchange gifts for Christmas, not really, because we kind of buy the things that we want
'Cause
as
you're
we
grown
want
ass
them.
adults?
Because we're grown ass adults, yeah.
GAA, as I call them.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. The gift of not being beholden to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you the worst gift I've ever gotten.
Ah, there you go.
That you've gotten?
Yeah, I've gotten.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
for one Valentine's Day, my husband gave me, this is true, hiking boots and a pedometer.
Get out.
Go and walk, you fat cow. Yeah, that was the worst gift.
It's like
I
the
ever
old
got.
like vacuum cleaner or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
"Here,
exactly.
Here, wife. Here's
some pots and pans. It was like that, but worse because it like felt like a jab at my weight.
I mean, do you like to hike?
Oh yes, of
Okay.
course, yes I do. But still, it was a
But
little
still,
like,
for Valentine's Day. Wait, so you don't really give each other gifts for Christmas, but you do exchange gifts for Valentine's Day.
No, this was like maybe one of our first
Okay.
years together. Yeah, which made it even worse, right? Like, what an effrontery. So my mom really, really likes chocolate chip cookies. So me and my sister will like bake her chocolate chip cookies with walnuts every year for Christmas, and that's kind of a nice gift. We make sure we get it for her.
Yeah, that's thoughtful and considerate, and
She always wants it and likes it.
it's always nice when the gift receiver, like when you know, like, oh, this is something
When you
they
get the
actually
right
want.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so for my mom's, I want to say maybe it was her 70th birthday. My brothers and sisters wanted to give her diamond earrings. And I was broke and living in Los Angeles. And I was sitting at lunch with some other broke ass Los Angeles people. And there was this girl I didn't know very well. She was kind of shady, but she was a friend of a friend. And so we're all sitting there at lunch. And I get off the phone with my sister who's like, you need to send us $300 for these earrings. And I don't have $300, right? But we're splitting it among the 4 children. And the girl at lunch, I didn't tell them what I said on the phone because it was none of their business. And I didn't have this $300, which was shameful. And she goes, oh, I just got off the phone with this guy and they're looking for girls to go to a party. Do you want to go to a party with me tonight? And they'll pay you $300. So I basically whored myself for my mom's earrings.
Yay.
I did not do anything sexual. I never even took my coat off because I was so freaked out. But it's a long, really freaky story. But that was a really great gift because I hoarded myself for it, and my mom loved those earrings.
The whore earring.
The whore earrings.
Aw.
Isn't that a touching
Yeah,
tale?
That's such a wholesome story.
It's so wholesome.
Lovely. That is lovely.
Great. Well, let's move on. Mike, what
I
do you
can't
got?
top any of that.
Well, I mean, just because it's the best, just because
Well,
it's not
the
the
time
not
that
a better.
you hoard yourself is still valid.
Oh, right.
Just because
That's
it's
right.
not a
That's
better.
You don't have to compare.
Yeah.
Just because it's not better than Meg's, it can still be the best
Yeah.
that you've ever given.
I did whore myself out one time for a single Miller High Life
You're such a cheap date.
in 1987.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So it cost about 35 cents.
And it was still in the pull tab cans. And
Yeah, but it was cold.
yeah. Well, but how could you tell? Nowadays they have to have like the color changing cans to tell whether or not it's cold. Like
No, this is the
we
old
were
days.
we
It
were
wasn't
we were we were roughed it back in the day. We had
yeah.
to tell it. We had to touch the
We
can
had
and
to
decide
touch
whether or
it.
not it was
Yeah.
cold.
Well, big
Hold it
sweaty
against our
bottle,
cheek.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, especially, after all that shame.
So you're really going to duck out of this?
I just
You've
can't
never given
think
a
of
gift.
any gifts.
That you've
I'll-
ever
I'll
given
have
to
like,
anyone?
Like while Nick is telling his story, I'll think of something, but I can't improvise.
Sounds like it's sounds like he's coming up with a lie. Nick,
Well, the first thing that came to mind was I and my ex-wife got my mom, I don't know when maybe she was 60 or so. We got her a guitar. She had been a folk singer, like in her late teens. She was big into the folk 60s thing, and she'd even played out a little bit, and but then years went by and she hadn't played for a long time, so we got her a nice guitar. She played with it a little. She never got into it, but I thought that was a decent gift that I gave my
It's a
mom.
lovely gift.
Yeah.
and so she fancied herself a folk singer, or
She
actually
was.
did.
She
Perform?
she played out here in Ithaca. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she went to Ithaca College, and she'd play open mics and stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You're really homegrown.
That's right.
Holy moly.
I-Town represent.
All right, Mike, have you had a chance to come up with?
The only thing I could think of in that moment, because both Meg and Nick are talking about mom gifts, is I remember one time me and my brother made this cake where we tried to make a cake for my mom, and we made like 4 of them that got progressively worse, and the best one ended up in the trash, and my mother like picked it out of the trash to eat it because
She's a mom.
she was a mom. She's a mom. Because all the other ones
gosh.
were like salty.
Oh,
You know. So
Bless that
I remember
mom.
that. Yeah. So she was actually eating the cake out of the trash.
that was the best present you ever got me,
Ever.
son.
Trash
Yes.
cake.
Trash
cake. Trash cake.
Oh, we're all terrible gift givers.
so
except
trash
for
cake-
Nick.
Yeah, I'm a good gift giver.
Trash cake, whore rings, and
Guitar.
and a guitar.
Whore
Yeah,
rings.
like
Yeah.
a nice guitar.
What about you?
What about me? Well, I can't think of anything. No, I can think of a lot of
Oh.
things.
Oh.
I take a lot of pride in my gift giving. Actually,
Oh, see, you're
Well,
that
your
guy.
son obviously has gotten some good gift giving genes from you.
yes, he did, because we now have Impetuosity merch that is stickers.
And it looks great. We're looking
Yeah.
at it right now, listener. It's so awesome.
No, I guess I like to do what I consider thoughtful things, and I love a surprise. And so I don't know if you'd call this necessarily a gift, but my wife's birthday, probably 8 or 9 years ago, I want to say, I set up a surprise night out for drinks with her and a couple of her friends. And so it was at the local, there's a place here in Ithaca. For those of you, in other countries, there's a bar here called the Argos. And so I had set it up that I said, let's just go downtown, and it's your birthday, and you and I will just stop out for a drink. We don't have time to really do anything. And we're driving down the street towards the Argos, and I'm like, oh, the steering wheel is like pulling to the right, and it's just, I don't know what's going on. And then I better pull into this parking lot, which is the Argos parking lot, where like 3 or 4 of her best friends were then standing there, and she was confused as shit. 'Cause at first she goes, God, I was so worried that there was something wrong with your car and we were going to have to get it fixed. And all of a sudden there's Carrie and Suzanne and all these people. Like, what is going on? I was so freaked out about the whole thing. I was like, happy birthday.
You're welcome. Here's some anxiety with the side helping of more anxiety.
So on the other hand, if you were to ask her, it probably would have been the worst gift I've ever given her.
I would say you're probably right.
I think so.
They did a surprise birthday for me when I was 40, and I thought I had died and gone to heaven, and everybody I'd ever met was there, because it was this like white room. It was very shiny, and they opened the door, and everybody was lining the walls of this bright shiny white room, and I felt like I was gonna pass out.
Margaret.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. It was stressful, very
Yeah.
stressful. Surprises are stressful,
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but they're fun.
but they're fun.
For the
And
people giving.
and just so that it doesn't go verified, I guess, is that all the people who give surprises as gifts are really the ones who want to
Want
get
them.
surprises.
It's true.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but then when they surprise the person's like, "Oh my God, that was the worst thing ever. I would never do that to anyone."
Right, I know. Yeah, so it really creates a dichotomy, I think, that
Yeah.
that is hard to overcome. So
Please
Real
surprise me.
cognitive dissonance.
I was just gonna say that, but
I
I,
know
didn't
you
want to
were.
sound smarmy and
I'm reading your mind. Get out of my
I know, my
mind.
God.
I know. That's what I do all day.
Anything else that's come up that you want to talk about? Gift giving,
I
gift
would like to
receiving.
say that it's a family tradition that I got from my mom, that all of the Christmas gifts, not all, but many of them, are accompanied with a little riddle, which is designed to, entice you and make you guess what it is.
That's cool. I like that.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
so I passed that on to my son, and so anyway, he was just home for the holidays, so we exchanged some riddles with our gifts.
Oh, that is
that's
such a
nice.
lovely tradition.
Yeah.
I love that. Here's something I found out. I just got back from Puerto Rico, and they do a tradition down there called the bomba, which is a traditional Christmas song. And the verse is like, it's all in Spanish, which I can't sing, but it's all like basically like, this is the bomba, you feel it in your feet, and then up to your head, the bomba, right? Like it's like just kind of general songy. But then somebody gets up and does like a rhyming limerick on the spot that usually has some sort of bodiness or double entendre about it. And then if people like it, they go, "Bomba!" Right? And if they don't like it, they sing something that basically invites you to leave because you're so bad. And then they sing the verse again. And this goes on for hours. We did the bomba 3 times while we were there. And it is so much fun. I didn't understand a single word, and I still had a marvelous time. It was so fun.
Did it still
Did most
sound
people-
dirty?
It
Like,
still
even though
sounded
you-
dirty.
Yeah.
Well, my friend gave me one to read out loud from her phone, and I'm reading it in Spanish, so I don't know what it is. And I like the whole room was like, like they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe she just said that."
I bet you got a bomba.
I got a bomba.
Not
I
invited
did.
to leave. Oh, that's great.
But it was like the record scratch. Oh god.
That was offensive.
That was filthy and
Bomba!
offensive. Bomba. Yeah, exactly.
Give that one to Meg.
Yeah, I know. But I felt like as a group, we would excel at something like that. I was like, it's like Puerto Rican Christmas improv with
Yeah.
music. It was so fun.
Great. Well,
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
let's do it. Well, in fact, yeah, let's do. I can't guarantee that we're going to do Puerto Rican improv, but let's do some regular improv.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
tell a story. We'll come back to you after this brief message, and we'll tell you a story. This message is brought to you by the Fresno Tourism Bureau.
Hi. Welcome to Fresno.
We got so many cool things here to see and do.
Excuse me. I was just wondering if you could validate my parking, please.
Nope. Welcome to Fresno.
I'll validate you, though. You're great for coming to Fresno.
Welcome.
This parking sign said I needed to get a validation stamp.
Gerald, get the parking validated already, will you?
I'm trying, Louise, but they're not being very cooperative with the validation stamp.
We won't validate your parking, but we'll welcome you to Fresno.
Well, then can you tell me, what's your favorite thing about Fresno?
We're so welcoming.
And landlocked.
Well, I mean, this is our honeymoon, and we came to Fresno, so we should enjoy some of the landlocked treats. For instance, what are some of the landlocked treats that you would recommend?
Here, have a Tupperware bowl full of onions.
We also have delicious oranges, but they're very hard to peel.
Oh, my hard to peel oranges are Gerald's favorite.
What should I do with this parking ticket?
One thing you can do is put it between these 2 onions and watch the ticket turn gold.
That's a fun fact about Fresno.
Oh my God.
Gerald.
It's really gold.
Oh my goodness gracious. I can't understand why so many people put down Fresno when...
Honey, I'm so glad that we came to Fresno because now we've got a solid gold parking ticket.
I know, it's actually going to pay for this whole honeymoon.
Oh, I love you, darling.
Oh, I love you, Gerald. I'm so glad we came to Fresno.
Thank you, Fresno.
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 This message was brought to you by the Fresno Tourism Board. No takebacks. Welcome back. Thank you for listening to our ad. We can all agree that was the best ad we've ever seen, and we will definitely purchase all of those products.
Yes.
So now we get to the part of the program where we're going to make up a little bit of a story for you. We're going to tell a story that's based on a location that we'll choose in a minute. But before we do that, we want to tell you about our sound effects, because we can't tell a story without our sound effects. Well, we can, because sometimes we just almost never use them.
We forget about them.
Really?
Right.
Sometimes.
I
yeah.
mean, there are a few times that it's been maybe 3 or 4 button pushes.
Oh, okay. Because
But-
I think everyone I've been in, there's been lots of buttons.
Yeah.
So
Maybe I just bring the buttons out in people.
You push people's buttons. Is that what
yes.
you're saying, Mike?
Exactly.
So the sound effects we use, just so you know, if you hear this sound effect, it means that we're going into the past.
Wow.
Just-
Way into the past.
That is way in the past.
Or
or just There we go.
Oh, what did I do?
You did a very hard
If
push,
you hit
Mike.
it more, if you hit it for too long, it'll just like
Oh, I like flushed us down.
Don't use your
path.
bionic finger
Yes.
next time, please.
yes.
He's the Winter Soldier.
I don't know my own.
We also have a sound effect that takes us into the future, so we can either go back from the past if we've already gone to the past, or go from the present into the future. And if you hear this sound, that's what's happening. Into the future.
Does the same thing happen if you push it really hard in the future?
Wow.
See, we finally got back to.
We have two. We could do the normal into the future, or we could do super into the future.
Actually, let's just do the one, because when I'm editing, it is a real pain in the ass.
Okay.
So many things. I'm learning so many things.
Can I do the third one?
Yes, and sometimes we don't stay.
chord
We stay in the same time period, but we move from place to place, and that is the meanwhile sound effect, and that is what this is what that sounds like. Whoosh!
Yes.
Now we're over there.
Do the super one.
Oh,
Whoosh! Now we're back.
I gotta try the super one. Oh!
And now we've spun ourselves dizzily into the ground like Bugs Bunny
In
rotating.
Pismo Beach.
Yes, exactly. In Albuquerque. So, all right. So now you have heard about all the sound effects. We're going to start telling a story, but we need a location. So Meg picked the number before. How about Nick?
How about 41?
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Really rooked us.
They said it couldn't be done.
And then he
All
did
right.
it.
This one is wine tasting. So we take you now to wine tasting. Our location is wine tasting. And that's the Pinot Grigio. I'll top you up right there.
Oh, it's so fruity. Like as it warms up, it seems to get even fruitier.
Mom, that's not. You're supposed to smell it first.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. Am I embarrassing you by just drinking the wine as it comes?
Well, I mean, this is a gift that I got for you. This paid wine tasting experience.
And I'm tasting it a lot.
How do you like that Pinot Grigio there?
I was saying to my rude son that it's very fruity. I'd like more, please.
Okay. And so here,
Mom,
as I top you off,
You're not supposed to ask for more. This
Well,
is not about.
apparently-
This is not about getting drunk. This is
Apparently
about
there are a
learning
lot
to
of
appreciate.
rules that I don't know about, and my son Steven is going to tell me all about them.
Yeah. So anyway,
you look like you know your way around a wine bottle or two there, son.
well, I've been trying to learn about wines, and I wanted to share them with my mom to help her broaden her cultural horizons.
Well, I'm glad you guys came to the thrilling wine capital of the country, Milwaukee. So I'm glad you could be here. You're obviously not from around here.
Oh no, we're not, but we are from upstate New York, and we have heard such good things about Milwaukee wines.
Well, I mean, I can obviously see that you're from upstate New York because I see that what your shirt there says. Your shirt said,
I can't take these kids anymore, Jeremy.
Well, you know what they say.
What?
About kids.
No, I don't know. What do they say?
Yeah, that's what I think too.
We're elementary school teachers, and the kids are worse this year than ever.
Yeah, I know. They just keep getting somehow. Yeah.
Are you in there? I want my snack. I am so hungry.
Jesus, it's one of the kids.
Yeah, well.
Quick, get behind this couch.
All right,
Mr. Wilson, are you in there?
All right, I kept that case of Milwaukee wine back here somewhere.
I want my snack.
Just shut up, Jeremy. She'll go away if we stay quiet.
I just trying to open this wine here, Jack, and because it's some of the best wine from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I think she's gone. Jesus, that was a close call.
Okay, so the reason I brought you in here is I wanted to tell you about my plan for the future.
Mom, that was a complete embarrassment at Chili's.
What, son?
We were going to order the 3-course meal at Chili's, the 3-course special.
Yeah, I love Chili's. That's why we always go there.
Mom,
Steven.
have you been to visit Dr. Millau recently?
This is a really long story, and it makes me feel sad to think about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
Steven, I think it's time to go home. I'm not feeling well.
Would you guys like one of our special hurricane blaster types? We got 3 for $10.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
no, Mom.
yes.
Mom, you've already had too much to drink.
This is the worst Mother's Day gift I've ever gotten.
And Dr. Millau has given you a special prescription for what to do with your problem.
You're right, he has. Okay, I'm going to have to clear the table so I can sit on it to meditate.
So, I give you a very special prescription for what to do when you drink too much, okay? Here,
Okay,
here,
Dr.
I wrote
Millau,
it down on my pad.
I'll do anything. What? This says meditate.
That's the best solution for the drunkenness.
It says meditate about the desert.
The desert, yes. The desert is the most drying out. It'll shoot that alcohol right out your body.
In public? It will shoot the alcohol out of my body in public?
It will do that. That is
sounds
exactly what this is supposed to do. So you do that,
terrible
okay?
idea.
You make sure you do that. Make sure, and whatever you do, make sure you think about the desert.
Okay. Okay, we're going to have to clear the table because I have to meditate about the desert.
Okay, would you mind taking these?
Yeah, I got
Except
it.
for the bloomin' onion.
I got it.
Principal Johnson, Jeremy and I have come to see you because we're having some problems with the children.
Yeah, what about it?
There's just too many of them in the room at the same time.
Well, budget cuts, budget this and budget that. We can't do anything in these days. We can't even buy a stapler.
They're also, when we're trying to have a little time on our own in the faculty room, they're also constantly knocking and trying to disrupt us.
Were you guys...
Are you in there, Mr. Miller?
Be quiet.
Mr. Miller.
Be quiet.
Here, let's get behind this couch.
Juice
Let's get
boxes
behind this
and there
couch.
are no more crayons. Mr. Miller.
I hit a case of beer back here.
Oh, this is what you guys are getting up to when you're supposed to be teaching?
Here you go.
Okay, just keep it down.
Oh, that is...
Come on, we need our crayons.
She'll go away soon. Just
I'm not
drink.
sure why I agreed to see you in your closet, but as long as I'm enjoying this fine Milwaukee wine, that's all that matters.
We all have to go to the bathroom.
Why are there so many
glug.
children in this school?
I think she's gone. Jesus, you see it's like nonstop.
That's
you can't get a
bad.
moment's peace.
I mean, I barely had time to chug this entire bottle of delicious, piquant Milwaukee wine. That's so good.
Here, have another one.
Oh, yeah. Don't mind if I do.
So Jack and I had this idea that we could change the school so that there are fewer children.
And more dedicated spaces just for the teachers to hang out.
Well, I'd say go for it. I'd say whatever you propose, I'm just going to sit. You go out there and take care of it. I'm going to sit here with the rest of this case of Milwaukee wine and, you know what? Try and forget about being the failing state of the educational system in America today.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me, but are you meditating on that table?
You are completely disturbing my aura, sir, and you need to back off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just meditating over here, and I noticed that you were also meditating on the table next to me.
I am. What are you meditating about?
I'm meditating. It's going to sound a little bit silly, but I'm meditating about the forest.
Oh. And what is that supposed to do for you?
Well, I have a problem with vegetables.
A lack of vegetables, or do you eat too many?
Whenever I start to eat vegetables, I get a weird itch on my face. So
Your face is very splotchy.
yeah, I was just eating some. So that's why I got up on the table like my doctor prescribed.
I wonder if we see the same doctor.
So you have the problem with the vegetables, eh?
Yes, doctor. I've really been developing a rash whenever I'm eating vegetables.
Well, I've written down on this notepad exactly what I think you should be doing in order to solve your problem.
Meditation.
Yes, meditation is the best medicine. Much better than actual medicine.
On a table.
Must be on table, and don't forget, you have very specific instructions on what to meditate about.
Meditate on the forest while sitting on a table.
There you go. $100, please.
Yeah, so I really feel like it's helped me a lot.
Yeah, me too. Not only am I feeling more sober, but my son has magically disappeared.
Yeah, and anyway, I was just thinking that
Excuse me over here, but I'm about to get off my shift. No more coconut bikini blasters or chocolate dreamsicle shots or anything over here. Oh my God, what happened? All that alcohol just shot out of your body and hit me in the face.
Are you okay? I was told that would happen.
Oh, it went right down my mouth, and now that was good stuff.
Great. So you'll take care of my bill then?
Oh yeah, you bet.
well, I can't believe it. It's a new school year and we've got new regulations and a whole new system, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's I kind of like this whole thing where there's only one student in every grade and we keep each of them in separate rooms around the school. It's much quieter.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's
Oh.
me, Principal Miller.
Hey, Principal Miller.
Oh,
How are you?
Did you hear you say it's a new year? Because I've been sitting in this closet for the last 4 months drinking wine, and I didn't know anything happened.
Yeah, we've completely redesigned the school to our vision, and now there are hardly any children at all, and it just seems like a perfect place for learning.
Just one kid, you say? That must be great. They're never gonna interrupt anything, I bet. Uh-oh.
Are you in there?
Shush!
I'm the only kid
Be
in
quiet,
this room.
you guys!
Let's get behind this couch. Let's get behind this couch.
I'm so lonely. This is not how school is supposed to be.
I got this box of cocaine from
Hello?
Wisconsin. It's just, here, you guys.
I
Somebody has
want
something
my
to drink?
mom.
Yeah, here.
Shh, she'll go away.
Yeah, just snort. You can snort that right there.
Just anybody help.
Okay, she's gone. I thought that this one child per classroom policy from the Inflation Reduction Act would really solve our problems, but this particular kid just won't let up.
You know what? I think what we've got to do is we've got to get her to leave school. I say we start feeding her some wine.
Maybe we should bus her to Fresno.
Oh, that's probably a better idea. Less likely to get us arrested or something. But that's up to you now, because I'm going to go finish this wine.
So, you're going to Fresno, eh, kid?
Yeah, I don't know what Fresno is, but they told me that they have really good onions there and really hard to peel oranges. So it sounds like a good place.
Well, it's very just interesting. I've never gotten an assignment like this, just to take, 5 kids on an entire school bus all the way to Fresno from Wisconsin. It's actually quite a long drive for.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They didn't even send us snacks.
Well, actually, in the back of the bus, there are a few boxes that I think are full of wine.
Mom, you're getting married in 2 hours.
I just need to meditate, son. I've been drinking since dawn, and I just need to meditate and get this out of my system before I get married.
You're not
Principal
even in
Miller.
your wedding dress yet. I have a whole checklist of how you're supposed to do things on your wedding day that I got for you.
Stephen, my God, more rules. I believe you are the reason I drink.
As your wedding planner, I have to agree that these checklist items are very important. What's odd is that I never seem to see Stephen in the same room as your new husband. That seems very odd. Why is that?
I don't know what you're talking about, Miss Lewis.
I mean, you sound very similar, but I never see you together in the same place. You're not catfishing your mother, are you?
I don't even know what that means, Miss Lewis. Catfishing?
Okay,
my
it's
gosh.
probably just I've seen too many
do you mean
TV shows.
I'm pretending to marry my mother?
Well, you're using a fictional.
Can you two take this to the wine closet? I need to meditate.
All right.
Hold on. You're accusing me of marrying my mother.
Well,
Man, we finally solved it.
I know.
This school is great now.
Yeah, it's like, now that we've moved it to this event center where they do weddings and other elements here in Fresno, it's there are no children usually unless there's some kind of children's party. And hey, do you want some of this Fresno wine? That they got here?
Absolutely. This is principal.
yeah.
Hey, we finally got rid of the last of the kids thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act.
Hey, I've been saying all along that was great legislation.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Almost as delicious legislation as this Milwaukee wine. It's the best.
Here, I also got this box of glue for sniffing if you want.
Oh, wow. You guys really know how to party around here.
We could also
We made it! We're in Fresno! Come on,
What?
kids! Bring
Be
your
quiet!
backpacks!
Be quiet!
Bring the
behind the
wine!
couch.
Bring the snacks!
There's not a couch here. It's just convention seating.
Oh, get behind the folding chairs.
Get behind the folding chairs.
We're all here, Mr. Miller!
Oh, don't worry. I'll take one for the team here. All right. Steffi?
All right, Mom, it's true. Miss Lewis got me. I was pretending to be your new meditating husband.
What?
I'm sorry, but
Stephen! First of all, what a disguise! I mean, I did not even recognize you. And I guess I
I
was
know.
too drunk to even hear that it was the same voice.
See, I'm not really your wedding consultant. I'm actually your intervention doctor. We set this whole thing up to show you the dangers of alcohol and why you have to keep following Dr. Malawi's prescriptions.
My gosh, what a grand hoax. I feel sick.
I'm just really glad you guys saved yourselves for marriage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I think
Mom.
I'm going to expel all my alcohol. Look out.
Here
All
it
right, I'm gonna
comes.
open my mouth. Yummy.
Damn it, the kids are here.
Well, I've got a box of vodka laced cocaine here for you guys if you want to
All right.
share some.
Sounds
of that.
good to me.
Okay, and
Oh my God, paid for by the Inflation Reduction Act.
Is there anything that Joe Biden didn't do for us?
Here's to Joe.
We're coming in. Ready or not, here
That's
we
my
go.
cue, guys. I'm out of here. Whoosh.
Okay, pretend like we're trees.
okay, there's nobody in here. When you open the door, it's just trees and wine.
Oh gosh, I can tell who you are. You're our teachers. And you sent us all the way to Fresno to get away from us, and now you're just standing here drunk in a closet.
Well, hey.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's learn some math.
You
Sally?
finally caught us.
You two are...
So you were found out, were you? ignorant teachers. Now you've been sent to Dr. Malawi. I have just the prescription for you to solve all of your problems.
What can you do? I'm just so far gone. When I see a child, all I can do is hide in a closet.
There's no
drinking
hope
2
left for
drugs.
us.
Yeah.
Ah, but here to read my prescription pad.
All right. So.
Also, you too.
All right. So I need
Meditate.
to meditate and think of marshland.
Yes, marshland for you. And what is yours?
Meditate on a table.
Do not forget on the table.
Meditate
Yes.
on a table.
Thinking of
The urban landscape. Yes,
The urban landscape.
Yes, and a very specific urban landscape. Yes.
the
The metropolitan area of
Tacoma.
Tacoma, Washington. Very good. Yes. You think of the Tacoma, you think of the marshland, and guess what? If you do this on a table, you meditate, it will expel all alcohol from your body.
Is there
And guess what? I can introduce you to someone who my teachings have helped, and maybe you will find the love.
Well, because I have never learned to meditate, so yeah, if you could introduce me to somebody who could maybe show me how to do this prescription, that would be great.
I am so humiliated. I can't believe I've been reduced to being a meditation teacher. My son Steven is
Sorry.
going to
I
pay.
mean, we just, we got this prescription from Dr. Malawi, and
I know, I understand. I agreed as part of paying off my fee to him that I would take on his clients. So fine, get on a table, pick a table, any table.
There aren't any children in this building, are there?
We're going to deal with that later if they show up. Get on a table.
Mom, here are the steps for the
Steven,
instruction.
Oh my gosh, again with the steps. Go to your room.
Sorry, Mom.
Does that look like a child?
No, he's a grown child. It's all right.
Okay.
But that'll keep him busy. All right, get on the
Okay,
table.
so we're on the table. We're sitting here.
Great. Straight backs. I want you to touch your pointer finger to your thumb and make a little O with it.
Okay.
Have the rest of your
Okay.
All right, I got the
fingers
O.
stretched
Got
forward.
double O.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Don't be
All
afraid.
right, closing my eyes.
Okay.
Don't fall off the table, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what Dr. Malawi told you to visualize?
Yeah, I'm in a marsh.
Okay, great. So breathe in through your nose,
Oh, it smells.
I'm in downtown Tacoma.
out through your mouth,
marsh,
like a whistle. Good.
marshy.
In through your nose, out like a whistle.
Very
And when the
strong.
alcohol expels out of your body, please, for the love of God, try to hit your buckets.
Here it comes.
Dude!
Splash!
And it all happened.
In impetuosity.
Impetuosity.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't usually hit the thing there, do I? No.
No.
No,
Sometimes.
sweet, yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of alcohol.
There was a lot of alcohol, yes.
As a sober person
Yes.
of almost 20 years, that was more alcohol than I've talked about in a long time.
But it was all.
It was all expelled.
It was all expelled, yeah.
Yep.
And we did get the tie-in, but it was a little
dicey.
It was not an organic tie-in. It was a sort of a
Which one?
the tie-in between the two worlds.
Worlds.
Yeah, it was a little forced.
Well, I mean, once I don't know that it was forced. I mean, we had
Ship the kids to Fresno.
well, but I mean, we got the two alcoholic teachers together with the former alcoholic.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it was all about the alcohol.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I mean, that's what I
They
thought.
did overlap for a moment in the Fresno venue where she was about to marry her son. They
Yeah, that's where I
it
kinda
was
lost.
a bit forced.
I mean,
Jumped out of the way of the oncoming bus. I jumped out of the way.
And nobody else played any kids. I was waiting for somebody else to go.
Well, you were the only one.
Well, once they made it only one kid. Although then
Steph.
Mike did say 5.
Five
at one
on
point.
the
So
bus.
I was about to jump in
Yeah.
there that I was like, nah.
Just let Meg play the
No,
obnoxious
well, like,
kid.
I don't know that we needed to muddy the waters even more at that point.
It was pretty muddy. It was pretty marshy.
But it is in the
I
marsh.
was thinking that like maybe the kids were gonna come out from under the table at some point. You know, like I was gonna start knocking on the table, but like I don't know. I didn't feel very agile in that entire thing. I don't know. Just my one drunken teacher. That's really in the bus. That's all I could manage today.
It's all right. It was really
Well,
fun.
it's been a little while since we've been
Yeah.
here together. It's been a couple,
or just done anything.
yeah,
even
a couple
really.
months.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that our last show was the 17th, and I think that's,
Right.
that's the last time I've done anything.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know
Yeah,
you guys.
17th of December, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so a month ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
That's not that long.
not that long, but
Okay.
yeah.
so
Well, we did violate the sort of alcohol rule
Of
like,
that's a
not playing
rule.
drunk.
of not playing drunk, and yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
sure did.
Yeah,
I jumped over that rule real quick.
Well, we
we,
didn't kill
we,
anybody.
we joined you.
We didn't kill anybody.
No,
No.
we didn't.
No.
So
And we didn't
that's
torture
growth
any
for us.
animals.
Yeah. That's kind of like yeah.
and technically, we had a positive message where everyone had to get clean.
That's true.
True.
So even
Yes.
though they were drunk, it was like in the
And we discovered that Dr. Malawi was actually Dr. Heimlich
Yeah.
previous podcasts. Yes.
And I was stuck in the reality space, so I made myself from upstate New York.
yeah.
And I also called you Principal Miller. So, like, I'm not going outside
Hey,
the box.
like that's what I could actually remember. Like,
Oh, silly.
yeah, so we got Milwaukee and Fresno. Any?
We got
Other-
the,
The
Yeah, you
mom,
said-
we
you
got
said-
the mother in there.
we got the
well,
gift.
There was a
right, I
gift.
was gonna say the
Gift.
the giving the
Yep.
gifts. Yeah.
We got the orange and the bowl of
Yeah.
onions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah. For our first improv in a month, I think
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
It was just fine. I'll take it.
Exactly. All right. Anything? I guess it's premature to.
Well, no,
to
let's tell
tease
our listeners to get this on their calendar. We're starting shows the
Shows.
first Tuesday of the month in March.
Right.
So
Which
whatever
is the
date that is that the
third or
fourth?
fourth?
Third
I
or
wanna say the
Let's
fourth.
take a look.
We don't have our first show till March.
That's our first
Wow.
show. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the
Yeah.
4th, March 4th, 7 p.m. at the Liquid State Brewery
Yes.
in Ithaca, New York.
Do you think it's okay to announce that that the bronze medalists are dead?
Well, I guess you just did.
Oh my
I mean, I can also
God!
cut it out, but if we really think that it's, but that like a phoenix emerges from the ashes, then there will now be 2 distinct improv teams that are under the purview of the Third Place Theater.
I guess
Both-
it was the only way to get rid of that name. Right?
Yeah.
It was a very
I think that was the
elaborate
entire-
plan just to
to
get rid
kill
of
that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't have new names.
You're right.
We don't
so
have a
new
name.
names TBD.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there'll be
And I'm
two-
assuming it's
two
one,
teams.
but both teams will perform at the same show. in
Yep.
March.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
So
You'll
So
get to
twi-
see
the-
2 new teams.
that's right.
2 new teams.
Twice the fun.
Double the laughter, double the pleasure.
I was thinking that like, you know, if we have like more people in the show, that we have like a larger minimum sized audience.
Yes,
That's
very
correct,
true.
Mike.
That was the first thing I thought. And so,
Just because it's like
yeah,
friends
it's
and
like,
family.
we're going to have at least 20 people in the
Yes.
audience.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Well,
I mean,
it's
even
like
before when we had 8 or 9.
No, we've
we
been
had-
having very good sized
Yeah.
crowds, I have to say.
Yeah.
it's like when a team of superheroes like the X-Men like sort of divides and gets there's a second team.
I'm gonna get a
and there are
bell,
2.
and then I'm gonna ring it every time that
Yeah,
he mentions
X-Men.
X-Men.
You're gonna be
Oh, yeah,
two
we got
teams.
the
Blue
X-Men
team,
reference.
red team, blue team, red team. Yeah,
Yeah.
like in the 90s.
Yep. Well, we got the X-Men reference in. It was late,
Yeah.
but
Just
I think-
in time.
Squeaked
As
it
long
in
as
right
that's
under
in
the
time.
wire.
2025.
All right. Well, then we look forward to seeing you at our next show, and also having you hear the continuation of the podcast as we now hopefully can get to a more regular recording schedule. And love to hear from you. If you can leave comments if you're on Spotify. You can email impetuositypod@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. we'd love to hear from you.
And if you're looking for a little therapy advice from Dr. Heimlich, you can also use that same email address.
Dr. Heimlich, DBA, doing business as Dr.
Yes.
Malawi today.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Great.
He'll give you a landscape to meditate on.
Yeah, it's your own personal scene to do.
We're
So,
gonna have to come up with a list of landscapes.
marsh, forest, desert, urban,
Tacoma.
Well, I mean, you could do Tacoma. Like you do every city is its own urban landscape.
Savannah, tundra.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
The Savannah,
Georgia.
The Savannah.
The urban landscape of Savannah.
No, I'm trying to think of
No,
different.
Savannah, the Great Plains,
The Great Plains, mountainous.
mountainous. Yeah.
And all of a
Creekside.
sudden, all the geographers and geologists started following our podcast.
Oh, a jungle, rainforest.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think
High
there's
desert.
Stranded
High
at sea.
Thank you, Dr. Heimlich.
stranded at sea. When you're feeling really, really low,
just
just meditate on being stranded at sea.
Yeah.
I'm
While
going to
sitting
try
on a
that in my
table.
practice. While sitting on a table, always on a table.
Yeah.
All right. Impetuosity out.
Bye.
Bye. That was really fun.